Hi, everybody. We're back. Today is day 23 of CB Ministry, and today's title is When We Experience Rebirth in Jesus, We Become Alive in the Spirit. I'm going to read John 3:8 and say a few words, and then we're going to bounce over and read a verse on compassion and read a verse on forgiveness. Be with me. I'm not a very good reader. John 3:8. The wind bloweth where it listeneth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth. That means you can't tell if the wind's blowing or if it's like you can't tell if it's going or coming. You get what I'm saying? Okay, sorry, it was hard to explain. So is everyone that is born. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. There is more to life than what we experience through our senses. Where does the wind start and end? This is the question that God invites us to consider. If we rely on our own eyes and ears, we miss out on the fullness of life. But when we experience rebirth in Jesus, we become alive in the Spirit and enter into communion with the Father. I think that's very good.
That's very good.
It's very touching, at least, isn't it? But let's read a. I need this.
Oh.
I'm going to read 1 Peter 3:8. I get lost without my little bookie. 1 Peter 3:8 will be my verse, and that is the verse of compassion. And then Miss Kira is going to read forgiveness. Wait, she's going to read a verse on forgiveness, and it was one of your favorites, isn't it?
Yeah.
And can you tell us what it is?
Ephesians 1:7.
Awesome. I'm going to go first. We're going to read out of the Bible. Anyway, this is 1 Peter 3:8. Is it right? See, I'm telling you, I lost that one a little bit. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, and be courteous. Kira was picking on me because earlier I was saying courageous. That's how good of a reader I am. Let's read it one more time. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. Okay, Miss Kira, would you like to read your verse on forgiveness?
Yeah.
Turn to my book.
Thank you.
I'm turning to the wrong book, and I need to turn to the Bible.
Ephesians 1:7 says, "In whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace."
This is a little thing I jotted down that has a whole big meaning to me. I think it's going to have a whole big meaning to everybody. Listen carefully. You guys stick with me because I can't read. You guys too. Let us examine the way we live and ask ourselves if others would be drawn to Christ by our actions, or turned off because we do not represent the love, compassion, and forgiveness of God. Mm-hmm. So I get out of that God has a love, God has compassion, and God has forgiveness. Mm-hmm. And I also get it that we should have compassion, forgiveness, and love. Is that how you read it?
Yeah.
Should we read it one more time?
Read it one more time.
Let us examine the way we live and ask ourselves if others would be drawn to Christ by our actions, or turned off because we do not represent the love, compassion, and forgiveness of God. And it says forgiveness of God, but it'd be just like God, wouldn't it?
Right.
I know we can't be God or we can't be Jesus, but we can draw ourselves closer to Christ or closer to God to ask for help and better understanding and better ourselves when it comes to love, compassion, and forgiveness.
Strive to be more.
Good job. That's why you're here. I think that's why I married her. Not married her yet, but I'm close. She helps me through everything. I'm very thankful for you, Kira. I'm also very proud of you.
Thank you.
You keep me in the Word, and it means a lot to me. I'm straying off, Hannah. Anyway, I need to explain this. Could you imagine if we had an ounce of the love God has? Could you guys imagine? Look at how much God truly loves, even down to each individual. Sure, we're going to have suffering, just like yesterday's lesson. As Christians, we are going to suffer. But God still has a love.
He is love.
He is love. And we have to turn to Him, even in our suffering, to find that love that He offers us.
Right.
But that I think that's a big deal on acceptance too. You have to fully, wholeheartedly accept Him to realize just how great God's love really is.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that?
You got to trust him. You go.
You know, wholeheartedly believe and just lay everything down at His feet and have that trust in Him.
Right.
That, just like Jeremiah 29:11, He knows the paths that He has set for you.
Right.
And He does. So why would we question or doubt or veer off from that?
He's got it in his hands.
It's all in God's hands. Good job, Kira. You're actually right. And forgiveness, that is a hard one. That is something that we all struggle with. Especially if there's two and they don't exactly collide together. They don't like a hot dog, they don't lettuce and tomato right there. They don't lettuce and tomato. They're more like mayonnaise on a hamburger. That just don't slide. That's wrong. Well, it's not wrong, but it's wrong in my book because I don't eat mayonnaise. Anyway, okay, mayonnaise and tomatoes, okay, that's okay. Mayonnaise and hamburger, no, they don't coincide. So it's just like me and Kira. If we's a bumping heads, of course her head's a little harder than mine, she'd win. No, I'm just kidding. If we bump heads and we have a little bump, then we have to step back a minute. We have to pray and ask God, I need to help. Will you please give me the words to forgive?
Yeah. Love thy enemies. Bless those that curse you.
Good job. That's another reason you're here. That's why Kira's here, guys. Maybe she should be teaching. She should definitely be teaching. But you're right. It's really hard to forgive.
It's difficult.
Even down to the little things. No joke. We were out to eat the other day. I know I didn't bring it up, didn't mention nothing to you. But I seen somebody get mad at the waitress because they didn't bring their drink fast enough. That's foolish.
That's
And
patience.
It goes back to patience too, but he didn't forgive.
No.
He complained and made that waitress feel just awful, and who knows, the waitress could have been having a rough day and was struggling, had so much going on, just simply forgot. And instead of just forgetting about it and enjoying his day, he did not forgive. He held that in and had a grudge and let that just booger his day.
Luke 6:31.
Luke 6:31. What is it? Wait, challenge me. Luke 6:31. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That is one of my favorite verses, and that's very true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. And basically, I'm pretty sure we all learned that in elementary. I learned that all the way through school, and especially Sunday school or church. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and that's just respect. That's having love and compassion for one another.
Showing the love of God through you.
Exactly, just like it says here, run it. Yep. That would be, people would be drawn to Christ through our actions like that, wouldn't it? That's good, Kira. I'm glad you're here. Now I need to apologize for there's no CB in the what do you call this thing? It's little talk, it's little get together, this little thing here, this little sermon, this little talk. Wait, I forget exactly how it's worded in the Bible. I will find that verse. When two or more are gathered, you feel God's presence. And as this world continues to evolve and go on, and there's so much more technology, me and you are gathered right now, but we're also gathered with everybody through that screen, right? So you guys can feel God's presence just the same as me and Kirabug here. Anyway, I do apologize because there's no CB. It's raining, and there was some stuff come up at work today, and I had a scat, and it was all busy, and there was a lot going on, and actually, there was a little bit of dynamite involved. They had to evacuate, so we got out. And I actually come home, and I spent the day with Kira, and it was great. We've had a wonderful day. We've rejoiced in the day that the Lord has gave us. But I will try to find that verse about how two or more are gathered, you do feel God's presence. But always remember, one more time, let us examine the way we live and ask ourselves if others would be drawn to Christ by our actions, or turned off because we do not represent the love, compassion, and forgiveness of God. God bless each and every one of you. Me and Kira both love you all. May God richly bless each and every one of you. Bye!
Bye!